Welcome to your Health Facts podcast. Today we're going to be tackling a protein showdown. Beef versus its plant-based challengers, Impossible and Beyond Meat. We'll be exploring some common assumptions and uncover some surprising truths about these popular protein sources. A lot of people believe that organic, grass-fed, or pasture-raised beef is the healthiest option.
Yeah.
While these may offer some nutritional advantages, they don't provide a significant boost in omega-3 fatty acids compared to readily available plant sources like walnuts, which offer nearly 4 times the amount per serving.
Wow.
The USDA grades beef as prime, choice, and select. These distinctions are based on marbling and saturated fat content.
Okay.
Kobe beef, with its intense marbling, exemplifies how an animal's diet can drastically influence fat composition. Choosing leaner cuts of beef is always a good strategy to manage saturated fat intake and potentially reduce risks associated with high saturated fat consumption, like insulin resistance and pancreatic damage.
Beef is undeniably a powerhouse of nutrition, offering a rich source of essential amino acids and vitamin B12, crucial for healthy blood cells, brain function, and a robust nervous system. While animal products generally provide ample B12, those following vegan or vegetarian diets need to be particularly mindful of supplementing with reliable B12 sources.
Right.
Even individuals over 50, regardless of diet, may benefit from B12 supplementation due to age-related challenges in nutrient absorption. Now, you might be surprised to learn that beef, particularly in certain forms, can pose a choking hazard. This is especially true for children, the elderly, and individuals who are sick or weak. The dense nature of beef, particularly larger chunks, can make it more likely to become lodged in the esophagus, requiring immediate medical attention. Ground beef, a kitchen staple for many, is particularly susceptible to contamination, such as E. coli. Selecting, storing, and handling ground beef safely is paramount. Always choose cold packages with vibrant red color, keep it separate from other foods in your refrigerator, and ensure it's cooked to an internal temperature of at least 160 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
For those seeking leaner ground beef options, 85% lean or more, be aware that they can be tougher to chew. A clever trick is to add shredded potatoes, sweet potatoes, oats, or flax seeds to your ground beef mixture to soften the texture and create a more palatable meal.
Now let's venture into the fascinating, albeit slightly unsettling world of prions.
Oh, yeah.
These infectious proteins are responsible for causing chronic degenerative diseases like mad cow disease in cattle and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans. Prions accumulate in the central nervous system and are transmitted through consuming contaminated meat products, particularly brain tissue. The history of mad cow disease traces back to Great Britain's practice of feeding cattle the meat and bones of other animals, a practice that inadvertently spread prions throughout the food chain.
Wow.
This practice eventually led to the spread of mad cow disease to the U.S., highlighting the interconnectedness of global food systems. What makes prions particularly concerning is their resilience to heat, surviving even high cooking temperatures that would typically neutralize other pathogens. This chilling fact underscores the importance of food safety practices, reminding us of the ancient dietary advice found in Deuteronomy 14.21. Do not eat anything you find already dead. This ancient wisdom, passed down through generations, emphasizes the significance of choosing food sources carefully and understanding the potential risks associated with consuming animal products.
Turning our attention to plant-based meat alternatives, Impossible and Beyond Meat stand out as popular choices for those seeking to reduce or eliminate their consumption of animal products. Impossible burgers derive their protein primarily from soy, while Beyond Meat relies on pea protein.
Okay.
What makes these alternatives inherently prion-free is their plant-based origins. Since they are not derived from mammals, they completely sidestep the risk of prion contamination. Concerns regarding the use of genetically modified organisms in these products have been raised, but data indicates that both Impossible and Beyond Meat have yet to experience any recalls related to safety issues, a stark contrast to the recall history of some animal products.
Interesting.
This raises thought-provoking questions about the differing safety standards applied to plant-based and animal-based products and how consumers perceive and accept risks associated with different food sources.
Both Impossible and Beyond Meat boast similar protein content, delivering around 19 to 20 grams per serving. However, it's important to note that both options still contain fat, including saturated fat, albeit in lower amounts than traditional beef. While whole soy, in its natural form, has been linked to various health benefits, such as reducing cholesterol and improving postmenopausal symptoms, the soy protein concentrate used in Impossible burgers doesn't contain the same beneficial phytoestrogens.
Really?
Phytoestrogens are plant compounds that have a similar structure to estrogen and can have various effects on the body. Moving on to sodium content, Beyond Meat contains 340 milligrams per serving, highlighting the importance of maintaining a balanced sodium-potassium intake for blood pressure management. Given that most Americans don't consume enough potassium, choosing Impossible Meat, which is higher in potassium, over Beyond Meat may be a more beneficial choice for overall health and well-being.
The World Health Organization classifies red meat, including beef, as a Group 2A carcinogen, meaning it's probably carcinogenic to humans. This classification stems from concerns surrounding its nitrate and heme iron content. The rising rates of colon cancer among younger generations are likely linked to decades of consuming a Western diet high in processed foods and lacking sufficient fiber to mitigate the inflammatory effects of meat.
Right.
The addition of nitrites, commonly used as preservatives in processed meats, further contributes to their carcinogenic potential. The meat industry often employs clever labeling tactics, disguising nitrites as natural nitrates from celery juice and misleadingly using the term all-natural to appeal to health-conscious consumers. Beyond nitrates, meat can contain other environmental toxins such as polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, and dioxins, which accumulate in fat and pose cancer risks. Processed meats in particular often contain heavy metals like cadmium, further contributing to the accumulation of toxins in animal products.
The meat industry employs various techniques to enhance the appearance, taste, and texture of its products, some of which raise health concerns. Salt and marinades are often used to mask the taste of oxidized meat, which can develop an unappealing metallic flavor within hours of exposure to air. Phosphates are injected into meat to maintain its plump and juicy appearance, despite the absence of a natural hydration source. Consuming high amounts of phosphates can have several detrimental effects on health, including a drop in serum calcium interference with calcium regulation and the formation of calcium phosphate deposits in blood vessels. This buildup contributes to plaque formation and potentially impairs blood flow to vital organs, increasing the risk of cardiovascular issues. Interestingly, phosphates are also found in high amounts in canned sodas, particularly fruit-flavored varieties, a hidden source of this potentially harmful compound.
Heme iron, a type of iron found in meat, plays a peculiar role in the interaction between humans and malaria parasites. Heme iron is toxic to malaria parasites, offering a potential protective effect against this deadly disease. However, the same properties that make heme iron toxic to parasites can also contribute to inflammation and cellular damage within the human body. When red blood cells rupture, heme iron is released, triggering inflammation, blood vessel injury, and tissue damage. Furthermore, consuming heme iron leads to the formation of N-nitroso compounds, NOCs, in the gut, which can cause DNA damage and have been linked to cancer development. The formation of NOCs from heme iron is strikingly similar to the process that occurs in cigarette smoking, highlighting the potential risks associated with high heme iron intake. Interestingly, research has shown that consuming soybeans with meat can reduce NOC concentrations by up to 40%. The fiber in soybeans effectively traps these compounds and promotes their elimination through bowel movements, offering a protective mechanism against their harmful effects.
So while plant-based meat alternatives like Impossible and Beyond Meat can serve as valuable transition foods for those seeking to reduce their consumption of animal products, it's essential to remember that whole foods remain the optimal choice for overall health and well-being. Incorporating edamame beans and other fibrous foods into your meals can create a fiber wall in your digestive tract that helps trap and eliminate harmful compounds found in meat, mitigating some of the risks associated with meat consumption. Regular bowel movements, at least once a day, are crucial for overall well-being and detoxification, ensuring the efficient elimination of waste products and potentially harmful substances from the body. For more evidence-based health information and insights, consider subscribing to yourhealthfacts.com.